Hello everybody, it's Vacuum Cleaners are my musical instruments here, formerly known as Vacuum Boy 96 here. And as you guys already know here, or for those who are still new to my channel here and are just tuning in, I love Hoover Elites. They are my all-time favorite vacuum cleaners ever, and also my very first vacuum cleaner encounters ever I had as a kid growing up, and I just really love the way they look. I really love their design, style, fashion. They just look so much better built, and I just personally think they are so much better than any of today's bagless, robot, and cordless vacs combined. But anyway, though, as some of you guys probably know, may remember from some of my previous clips I have done with my decade soft and light right here, it was sounding pretty noisy, and generally vacuums are just naturally big time squares because that's just the natures of these elites here. They're just naturally this loud, even just with other vacuums around too, not just this. But direct air vacuums are definitely known to be the most loudest vacuums ever than any of like today's models combined. But sometimes though, if your vacuum cleaner is sounding a lot more louder than normal usage, then that could be a sign that you either have a bad fan impeller, some bad motor bearings, or in other words, you probably have a clog somewhere in your system. But let me just test this thing out real quick, just to show you all how loud this thing is real quick. And yeah, to me there, folks, that kind of sounds like a bad fan to me here in this vacuum, just with how really loud, this thing is being. And so anyway though, and so because of that, I am gonna make a tutorial here on how to replace your Hoover Elite fan here. And so luckily I was able to buy me a 20 bladed fan right here online off of eBay. And so hopefully with this new 20 bladed fan replacing the 7 bladed fan, hopefully that will help reduce the noise levels a little bit with this new fan impeller I put in. And I have already tried, all the other methods of trying to reduce the noise levels, such as, greasing the bearings and greasing also the brush roller bearings, and also even clean out the brush roller bearings as well too. And as you can see, it's just still sounding pretty freaking loud right here, guys. And so I don't really have any more other options left but to try replacing the 7 bladed fan with this 20 bladed fan here, just to see if it'll help reduce the noise level of this machine here. And so without further ado, let me get back with you guys real quick, and then I will get to it. All right, folks, in order to get access to your fan, you're gonna have to unscrew this little screw here with a little Phillips head screwdriver, just like I showed you all in some of my previous clips I did with my Elites, where I taught you all how to replace the motor, where you just have to unscrew this screw right here, and then unscrew the bolt that holds it in. So just like that there, folks, same way as when you're replacing the motor. And now let me get to it. Set these right here so we don't lose them. And then same thing again, turn on your power switch and still always make sure your cleaner is unplugged first before you begin this procedure, and then just kind of push down, and then you have that handle thing out of the way, and then push down on the pedal release so you can lay the motor flat down on the ground, and then lift up your little carpet high adjustment knob switch right here. Pretty easy to do, just, and then next thing you just pry off your hood. And then remove your belt off of your motor shaft. And then next, a little bit of some better room right here. And next thing you'll need to do is unscrew your motor mounts right here. And then just pry out your motor, just like that. All right, here folks, the next thing you'll need to do is remove these 4 screws right here that hold in your motor housing, or perhaps maybe motor casing, I should say. Well, you might have to like remove this here too. Forgot about that. But just get your little Phillips head screwdriver and be careful when unscrewing these because the plastic is very brittle on them. So do it gently. Oops, I actually forgot to also tell you guys that you'll also need to remove this little dust seal here too that also holds in your motor housing, or motor casing I should say. Just kind of, you know, use your fingernails here to lift it off here. Just like that there. And then your little motor motor casing right here should pry right out. And now you have access to your fan. This fan doesn't look too physically damaged, but I really have no other options but to try replacing the fan to hopefully, as well, like I've already said, to reduce the noise level on this here. But let me cut away real quick. All right, here folks, the next step you'll need to do here is to unscrew your fan blade here. And in order to do that, you are going to need a pair of vice grips right here and attach them to your motor shaft right here so they can lock onto place. And oops. Just like that there, and then you're gonna need to turn the fan clockwise. And then eventually your fan should pry right out. All right, here folks, with the fan right here being unscrewed, there is something very, 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 very important here indeed that you all need to hear right at this moment right here after unscrewing your fan. If you look right there, right in between this little motor bearing right here, there's actually a little washer right there that sits into place right here, and it's very important that you do not lose that thing at all. It's a very, very important, necessary piece that you do not ever want to lose at all nor break, because what will happen is if you try to screw your fan back onto your motor right here without that washer, what will happen is the fans right here will rub right against the motor and get too close, and these fans will like literally just completely explode on you without these washers. So keep that in mind here folks when you are replacing your fan impeller here. Never lose this little metal washer right here folks. Do not ever screw your fan back on without it, or else your fan will completely explode on you if you try to screw it back onto here without this washer here. So please keep that in mind here folks, to never lose it. But anyway, let's go ahead and put the new 20 blade fan right here to see if it'll hopefully reduce the noise low, and let me cut away real quick. All right, here folks, just attach the fan impeller right here, and then attach your vice grips again onto your motor shaft so you can tighten it on back here. Yeah, these didn't go on all the way. All right, just the same thing. Attach your, like I already said, attach your vice grips onto your motor shaft again, and then turn the fan counterclockwise to screw it back on. Just make sure to not over tighten your fan so it doesn't bind up against the motor like I said. But thanks to that little washer, thanks to that little washer that I was telling you all about, that will help prevent your fan from getting too close to your motor right here, and just prevent it from completely shattering here, folks. So and so just let me spin this a couple more times just to make sure it's not binding up against the motor here. And something else I actually would like to point out before I reassemble everything else back together into place is, with these 20 blade fans right here, they are actually much more shadow resistant and also draw much more airflow, and also are definitely less noisier than any of the 7-bladed fans are. And so this 20 blade fan right here should hopefully reduce the noise level here of this machine here, folks. It will these definitely draw much more airflow and are definitely less noisier. Sorry, folks, I kind of had to burp a little bit right there, so excuse me there. But yeah, with these 20 blade fans right here, they will draw much more airflow and are also much more shadow resistant and are just less noisier than any of the 7-bladed fans right here. But even with these 20 bladed fans right here, folks, I would still be careful with what you pick up with these direct air machines here, even with the 20 blade fans and powers. And with this being a direct air machine, meaning anything you pick up with these guys right here all goes through your fan right here, and then that fan blows all that dust straight into the bags of the cleaners right here, trapping all that dust and dirt and debris inside the bags here. And so with direct air vacuums, you never want to vacuum anything hard, sharp, or metal with them, such as coins, rocks, nails, needles, bottle lids, or marbles, for example, which can not only damage your fan, but could also damage the motor housing here as well. And so, yeah, even with 20 bladed fans right here, I would still avoid vacuuming anything hard, sharp, or metal with them. So, just for safety. But with that being said, let me cut away and put everything back together here, and then hopefully the noise level on this machine should reduce with this new 20 bladed fan upgrade impeller here. Definitely make sure you also, put your dust seals back on. Do not ever try to run your cleaner without them on. Definitely make sure you put this one back on to here as well too. And make sure you don't over tighten these screws here onto your motor casing so you don't strip the plastic on them. Alright, now that everything is all reassembled back onto place here, just one more thing before we test run this is make sure your power switch is turned off here, folks. Turn off here first here, folks, so this thing doesn't just simply turn on you without warning. But anyway, with that all being complete, let's test run this thing to see if I've reduced the noise level on it. And I will get back with y'all. Alright here, folks, first run after replacing the fan impeller on it. 3, 2, 1. folks, it looks like it's reduced most of the noise level for the most part. It still kind of seems somewhat just a little bit loud. I'm not sure if I just maybe need to just really just do more work on the motor or something. I mean, I've already just greased the motor bearings in them, and even greased the brush roller bearings as well too, and also cleaned them out. But I'm just coming to the conclusion maybe this thing's just naturally this a bit noisy right here, folks. So, but yeah, folks, for the most part, the 20 bladed fan upgrade impellers do produce much more airflow and are definitely help make them sound less noisier, which kind of make them sound like the 5 amp motors, where they are one of the most quietest elites. And so it's still kind of sounding somewhat just a little bit of the same here, but I guess I'm probably just coming to conclusion maybe this thing's just naturally just maybe this noisy here, folks. So it looks like it's reduced some of the noise levels on here for the most part, but I guess, I mean, there's not really anything else I have in mind here, folks. But let's just try this one more time real quick. Yeah, like I keep saying, it looks like it's reduced most of the noise level on here, but it kind of looks like it's still being somewhat just still a little tad bit noisy, because I guess I'm just coming to the conclusion maybe this thing's just still naturally this bit of a screamer here a little bit here, folks. But anyway here, folks, I hope you all enjoyed my video here on how to replace your Hoover Elite motor fan, and hopefully it really helped out a lot here, folks. So if you guys, I really hope my video help you guys here on how to do them yourselves. But anyway, thank you all for watching, and don't forget to like, rate, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bells here for my channel here, folks. It really helps out a lot here. It really helps me out a lot here, folks, when you guys interact with my channel here. It really helps keep my content running. But anyway though here, folks, thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.